Yeah, go ahead and expand on that. What do you mean that more than what was good for you? Break that down for us.
So, to the point where it felt as if I didn't belong. Okay, almost to the point where it felt as if I was kind of, I guess, a sense of entitlement kind of sunk in a little bit. Obviously, it's work. You know, it requires effort. Again, those
Right.
things that I mentioned, being present, you know, doing the activities. But I wasn't really prepared to take ownership of my own success. It was kind of, you know, again, it was a call center, so the work was I guess the clients were there for you to talk to. It wasn't, you know,
I feel like things was like kind of given to you, and you didn't really have to put as much effort into it,
exactly.
maybe.
And
So,
and that led
yeah.
to a sense of entitlement because you have an organization kind of backing you, and it just comes easy.
Right. How did that affect you, though?
Over the years in the business, I've had to. There's moments where I've had to take a look inside myself and work on, you know, certain things. Taking greater interest in personal development, and I think I mentioned earlier about the power of the mind.
Yeah.
Mentally, you know, being able to almost turn a switch on when I know that there's that I need to pick up in certain areas. Kind of being my own coach,
Okay.
not having necessarily having a support system around me that's going to fuel me.
Yeah.
Being able to fuel myself.
I was gonna ask you about that because other interviews I've done, other people I've talked to, that have professional careers and stuff, a lot of them have told me about coaches that they have or had that pretty much serve the purpose to keep them on the right path. Hold their feet to the fire, let them know when they're slipping and stuff. But I'm hearing from you that you didn't have that coach at the time.
I think that
you had to be your own coach.
In that, me personally, I guess I'm maybe wired a little bit differently. It's great to have that support system. I think it's phenomenal if you're able to hire a coach. But I also think that there's multiple ways to skin a cat. If you have the opportunity, if you can assess yourself, find weak points that you can work on personally, and you're motivated enough to do so, I also think that's another way to overcome challenges and that you might face as a professional.
I agree. But to do that, in my opinion, I think you'd have to be very honest with yourself if you're doing a self-assessment.
Absolutely.
Right? You have to be really honest with yourself. Because not a lot of people have, I would say, have that part of them to coach themselves through certain things, which is why you find a lot of professionals reaching out to somebody else to be that person on the outside looking in and holding them accountable to get them to the next level and stuff.
Right. And I don't think that I'm any different from anybody else. I've had life experiences that have shaped me. If you talk to most people who have a background in athletics, most of it, 90%, they'll tell you 90% of it is mental and the rest is the physical. just most of it is about pushing yourself when you think you can't go, any further. Wait a minute, there's extra fuel in the tank. And I think that's my experience. I've had to lean on that experience in the professional setting as well.
All right. So you talked about the first lender that you've been with, and starting off in the call center and stuff, and how easy you felt the success came there, and the stuff you had to think about to improve yourself to get ahead. How many different lenders you have worked for till the present one right now, where you've learned different lessons and stuff? Because I think it speaks towards the journey you took to bring you to where you're at right now and what you're doing right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think the roles, different roles that I've played, obviously, yeah. I mean, it's been a journey to this point. Like I stated before, in a call center environment, there's a certain business model. You fit into that model and things play out accordingly. I've also been in roles where the call center would be more consumer direct.
Okay.
I've been in different roles where I've had to, I was responsible for different, obtaining business through different channels.
Okay.
So, for example, the role that I'm in now, for example, it's more relational, more building alliances, partnering with other professionals.
Right.
And there's also, I've had been in positions where there was a preferred lending relationship, for example, with some of the larger organizations, the larger builders out there.
Okay.
In each of those different business models, there's different lessons that have had to be learned.
Right.
Whereas in for again the call center aspect, you've got the organization kind of funneling business to you, and it's a matter of how you handle it from there. With the preferred lending relationship, you obviously you have to you have the client in which you have a relationship with, but you also have one particular business partner or the builder that you have to. There's a certain way in which you handle the builder.
I see.
There's currently in the role that I'm in, where I'm kind of holding hands with different partners and kind of building out my own team. There's the aspect of it kind of plays into it's teamwork as there's the loyalty aspect that you have to account for, and the support from one partner.
If you was just satisfied with being in a call center, you probably want to learn anything about networking and
correct.
Partnerships and building trust and so on and so forth. I mean, in call center, it's just being handed to you. You just need to know how to speak and know your product. That's it.
Very true.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So there was some growth there from the call center to where you're at now. Where you at Guaranteed Rate?
Yes, I'm vice president with Guaranteed Rate Incorporated.
Okay. Vice president. That's
vice president of mortgage lending.
Oh, yeah. Vice president of mortgage lending, Guaranteed Rate. Awesome. That is quite a position right there. All the way from the call center to that position.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
It's a huge responsibility. It really is. I feel like over the years I've been groomed. I've been groomed for this very role.
Okay.
And Guaranteed Rate is a wonderful organization. Some things that we're doing in the lending space I have not seen. I think that I think that it's a wonderful mesh, and I'm excited for the future.
Awesome. When we met a few years ago, it was through networking and stuff, and here comes this tall brother walking in and about to brief us agents on what's going on in the lending business and stuff. And you was you spoke very well. You know, you commanded the attention of everybody in the class and stuff. And I thought you was somebody I just needed to keep in my contacts and stuff. Even when you moved on from that company, I still had your number in the contacts. And then here we are now, talking about your position, what we could do with each other and business and stuff. It's awesome.
Absolutely.
Guaranteed rate lending. What kind of packages you have for maybe people that's viewing this interview right now? What can you do for them if they want to purchase a home out here?
Well, there's a lot of things that are going on in the lending space that are really exciting. I think that top of mind for everybody is just the increase in the loan limits that's taking place. Whereas a lot of folks had to look at options and on the higher end, you have to kind of move into jumbo loan financing. That's kind of changed with the loan limits being increased. One product that's really generating a lot of buzz as well is the doctor loan. 100% financing with no mortgage insurance. That's another one. But I always encourage people to reach out, call, ask questions. And find out specifically, because everybody's situation is different.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
So the loan officer will need to, of course, gather information about that particular individual to find out which product works for them.
Right.
But that's just a few different things out there now that's really grasping the attention of the market. If you look on the historical trend, owning a home is still affordable.
Right.
I mean, especially when you compare it to how much you outlay for rent, for example. Rents are going up.
Right.
Increasingly. I mean, we haven't seen an incredible spike in interest rates enough to where it just prices people out of the market.
Right. I think a lot of people who is not really into your business as a lender or my business as a realtor, just folks that's out there and they hear that, you know, interest rates are 4 point whatever, right? And they're like, oh man, that is high. But as you were saying, you know, over the years, if you compare it historically, that interest rate is really not bad. I mean, I remember another lender years ago telling me, and I truly remember this because I think we was buying a house, our first house back then too, but interest rates being at 6 point something and stuff compared to what it is now.
Right.
You know.
Right. We aren't even there yet. I mean, 6% interest rate. In this day and age, obviously, that's going to generate a lot of apprehension.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
But if you really look on, and I guess if you kind of take a step back even further and look in years for example, the 80s. I mean, rates were 15. You know, when
I'm sure
your grandmother bought a house, the rates we've all heard 15-20%.
Right.
Now we're still in the mid to low fours. I mean,
In the 80s, I was just a young boy, happy-go-lucky, not thinking about bills
Right.
or mortgage or rates or none of that stuff.
Right. But obviously, yeah. I mean, like I said, your grandmother, she was paying the interest rate the 50s.
Right.
Here we are, you know.
At
I mean,
4 point
relatively
whatever.
speaking,
Yeah.
I mean, we're still in a good place. I mean, from an affordability standpoint, from what I've seen, there isn't. It still makes sense to purchase a home.
Right.
It's we can. There's things that can be done to make the numbers work.
Okay.
I would encourage anybody just to look into it in comparison to what rents are rising as well, as I said. So.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, tell our viewers how they could get in contact with you if they need if they need a good mortgage lender.
Sure.
And stuff.
My cell phone number, best way to reach me. That number is 832-270-6540. Can be reached by email as well, martin.davis@rate.com. My website is rate.com/Martin Davis.
All right, well, Martin, thank you for giving us this opportunity again. And like I said, I hope our viewers learned something from your story, your trek from where you grew up, things that you went through to where you're at right now. I want you to take us out, however you want to, words of wisdom, however you want to take us out. Last
Sure.
word is yours.
Well, thanks again, Leslie. I really appreciated the opportunity to share my story. I think that if there's anything that I have that's parting words and kind of to sum up me and my professional journey, always be your own cheerleader. Be your best cheerleader. Okay, there's obviously going to be challenges ahead in any space, in any role that you take on, whether that be entrepreneurship, whether that be in the nonprofit sector or in a professional role. But if you can drive yourself and push yourself towards your goals without reservation, nothing can be attained.
Awesome. Thanks for those words of wisdom.